The FDA just approved the Pfizer vaccine.
The CDC has cleared the way for all 12 to 15-year-olds to get Pfizer's COVID vaccines.
Many say they're relieved to finally get the shot, while some parents still have their reservations.
Although severe outcomes from COVID-19 are incredibly rare in children, the risk ticks up a bit for older children, and particularly teens and tweens. What that means is that if you have children who are under the age of 12, the good news is that they are less likely to have severe outcomes than older children, who are still less likely to have severe outcomes than adults. Unvaccinated children are both capable of becoming infected and capable of transmitting their infections to others.
We've administered 264 million doses in the United States. The safety profile is really quite firm and sound.
The good, bad news story is that COVID-19 has affected so many people that they were able to get enough data to be able to show that these vaccines are safe and efficacious in a fairly short period of time. The side effects that have been reported have been largely the same. The Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices considered this issue and ultimately concluded that the benefits outweigh the risks. We also have to compare it to the very serious consequences of COVID-19. If your child is otherwise home and has been home for the last year and then suddenly going back to school, that increases that child's risk. It's still a small risk in all likelihood because of falling prevalence of infection and because schools have multiple safety protocols in place that then make them lower risk venues for transmission than some other places that we tend to go to. Considering sending children to school, we consider not only the risk of their being there, but also the incredible benefits. And that's why many people, including myself, have pushed for a return of children to in-person schooling. I think the first thing that's going to depend on is the environment that they're in. We now have a lot of evidence that some environments are riskier. Outdoor environments are considerably safer than crowded indoor spaces. It's going to really come down to the risk tolerance of the parents and what environment the children are in. I think if you are particularly concerned about protecting your children, as many parents are, then masks are an easy way to do that. First of all, good news. The threat to your children is lower than you may think. Nonetheless, there are many steps that you can take to continue to protect them. The first thing you can do is get vaccinated yourself. We often see in family clusters that the first person infected is an adult. So if you protect the adults in the family, that's less likely you're going to bring home the infection to your children. Your kids can wear masks, particularly when they go to high-risk environments. Continue to wash hands and keep physical space from others. For our family, we prioritize exposures that are going to be beneficial to our children. So going to see family and friends who are vaccinated. Yeah. Having them see their friends, bit higher risk because their friends aren't vaccinated, but really beneficial to them. But I'll probably avoid, indoor crowded play spaces that may not have good ventilation, where there are a lot of strangers that my children don't know. I don't think it should be strictly necessary, but I have no reasons to tell anybody not to be vaccinated. I think at this point we're all looking to ease worries.